Hello, welcome back to the barn. Hope you're all well. So I probably just need to give you a little bit of a backstory to this desk build, so hopefully it makes sense. So this time last year I put a video out saying all the major jobs that I had to do in the house, not in the workshop, in the house, and most of them jobs have been done. Before Christmas I almost finished the bathroom. Once I finish with this top, I'm going to start to make the vanity unit, which is the last piece. Lynn, quite rightly, is wanting her bathroom finishing before I start doing anything else in the workshop. So later today I'm going to start on the bathroom vanity. First, I just want to get this desk top glued up. And by the way, today's the 1st of March, it's Bo's birthday, which is why she's got her new ball. Right at the end of that video I said I would like to fit out the office, a room that I spend 3, maybe 4 days a week in, sometimes for long periods, 10 hours a day maybe, depending on how busy I am with my other work. But because of all the other work that I had to do around the house, it was right at the back of the pecking order. The desk that I currently have is the most uncomfortable desk I've ever worked at. Now, it's my own fault I made it, but I made it in 2020 during the COVID lockdowns when working from home became a thing. And at that time, none of the DIY shops was open. So it's made from a piece of furniture board, 1500 long, 500 millimeters wide, which is just a piece of wood I had in this workshop at the time. The back of the board is fixed to the wall on brackets, and the front is supported by 2 staircase spindles because I had them left from the staircase build. So it's less than ideal. To make things even worse, I thought I'd be clever by saving a bit of floor space and making it high enough that my electric piano slid underneath. First of all, the desk was far too high to work at properly, comfortably, and secondly, it meant I never played my piano. So I got some work the other day, really uncomfortable, sat at the desk, and I said, that's it, I'm going to do the desk. I'm not going to do the room yet. I'm not allowed to do the room yet until I finish the bathroom. Now, I've always fancied one of these rising standing desks, so I've been looking at them online whilst I was away on my holidays. Decided I'd buy a Flexispot desk frame. And I looked at a lot of the 2-legged ones, which I'm sure they must be absolutely fine, but they look a little bit unstable. But they can't be unstable, because if they were, I'm sure the internet would be full of videos of them falling over. But they just look unstable in my mind. I suppose I look at things in a woodwork basis and think it really, if it's a table, needs a leg on all 4 corners. So I decided to buy this Flexispot desk, and it came the other day, but I still need a top for it. But the tops were really expensive. The frame, I thought, with all the electronic wizardry it's actually within them, seems quite a reasonable price. But then when you add a top on from the manufacturer, they were like €300 for a top, and I thought, well, for a piece of MFC, melamine face chipboard, €300 seemed really expensive. So I thought, well, I might as well make one. But then I went to the DIY shop yesterday and they had this kitchen unit top discounted. There's a couple of bits of scratches in it, but I'm guessing it's some kind of Asian exotic species of timber, rubber wood, something like that. And I think it should have been about €100, but actually with the dents and a couple of little vouchers I had, I only paid just over €20 for it. So it was a bargain. It's 2.5 meters long. It finishes 26mm. It's got a sort of a lacquer on it, which I don't know whether I'm going to keep that, but for now I am, because I don't want to make this project any longer than I need to. And it's 650mm wide, which is 150mm narrower than I actually need it. When you buy the 4-legged desk, the metal frame are actually set out for a wider desktop than they are for the 2-legged ones. Didn't quite appreciate that when I bought it, if I'm honest. The 600mm 650 had been perfect on a 2-legged desk, but because it's a 4-legged desk, it actually needs to be 800mm wide. So what I'm going to do is, the maximum length of the desk is 2 meters for the frame. I'm going to cut the top down to 2 meters, and then the 500mm piece that I rip off it, I'm going to rip that down into 250mm pieces, and I'm going to glue it on the back. And hopefully it'll look okay. I'm going to do it with my track saw. I'm going to do it with my domino. Apologies for using the domino. Of course, if you don't have a domino, you can do it the same way. I mean, you could probably argue you don't even need a domino or a biscuit or a dowel in there. A glue joint will be good enough. It's where all the speakers and the screen stands, so I'll probably not even see the back anyway. I really enjoy watching these YouTube, the best desk setup ever videos, so I'm going to try and replicate that. Just one other thing that was quite interesting was the desk frame came on Thursday when I went to pick up the chickens. desk. So when I came back, it was stood in the garage in a really tiny box. And my first thoughts when I saw it was, well, how did they get all that desk in that box? But then I left it for the following morning. The following morning, I got the box out, really heavy by the way, so I decided I'd unpack it in the kitchen, open the box, and I was actually looking for the electronic wizardry that drives it, the little display unit. Just wanted to have a look at that. And I realised while I was rooting through the box and was struggling to find it, that I'd only got half a desk. There's only half of the components there. I picked up my iPod to send a strongly worded email to Flexispot. When I went into my emails, I had a email from DPD saying we're delivering a parcel from Flexispot today between 11 and 1. So actually within 90 minutes of noticing I only had half the packaging, the second half came, so I've got all the components now. Actually I have to say I put the two legs together, so each box basically contains one half of the legs. It's a little bit different, there's some components in one and the computer display in the other. Put that together, it's sat upstairs in the room upstairs, and it is heavy. But it is quality, I have to say. You can tell it's properly engineered, German engineering at its best. So I'm quite keen to get this top made and get the top on the desk. Then I can actually stand it upright and have a look at it. I also bought some casters so I can wheel it around, so I can move it around, so I've got the views out through the window down the valley. Maybe I should just say, obviously this channel is a woodworking channel, but maybe when I finish this video, maybe the desk will draw other people in. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to do it with relatively expensive tools. If you've come here for a desk build and you don't have tools, you can do what I'm going to do without all these tools. You'll need a saw. You could use an handsaw, jigsaw, cheap handheld circular saw and run it down a board rather than track. The bits I'm going to glue on the back, you probably can glue it on without any additional support. I'm going to put some dominoes in, which is an expensive tool, but I happen to have the domino. But if you don't, you could put some dowels in, you could even put some screws in. Right, I'm just trying to establish what's the best side, best edge. There's a dint there, there's a couple of dints there, mark there. Way, not the lightest of things. Looks like a bit of chalk there. Right, see if we can work out what it is. Acacia, it's acacia. I think that this is the best. A little mark there. To be fair, I don't think there's anything in it. There's a few dints, but got a little bow in it. I'll fit it in such a way that the bow is up, so it's up like that if you like, and then gravity will take it down over the weeks and months. That's the top then. A bit lighter. That's a good cut. Just a little tickle with sandpaper will sort that. By the time they've got some glue in, they'll be okay. Okay, so that's the 4 pieces fitted, dry. Just need to get some glue on it now and some clamps, and then leave it for an hour or 2. So let's get some glue on it, which is where it always goes wrong. So there's always a little bit of a sense of urgency when you're doing a glue up, but by and large it's gone okay. These are the only 4 long clamps I've got. In essence, I probably could have done with another 4, but it's okay. I'll let this dry now. Just keep wiping the glue off. Wow. This is fantastic. This thing is huge. Must be 3 times the size of the other desktop I had. And I really enjoy this standing up to work. So this desk is now the centerpiece of this room. There's a few modifications I need to do to it. I've just ordered some cable management systems. I spent about half an hour last night zip tying all the cables in, but they're still a bit messy and they're not quite long enough so I can move this desk around. I can even move it over to the window and look down the valley. Now this is the centerpiece of the room. I need to build some cupboards and shelves around it, but that's going to be much later because, as I said at the beginning of this video, I've got a lot of other things I need to do. But I can envisage a cupboard up here for all my gadgets and a few shelves for some nice looking things. And then I can get rid of the eclectic furniture that's under the desk that I don't really like and have been here for years. I think this hardwood finish now will be the predominant colour of the room. So the shelves will probably be this colour, the unit, some of the unit surrounds will be this colour. I'm going to redecorate the facing of these doors, which was also made in the COVID era when there was no shops open. This was the start of my parquet floor furniture craze. So hope you enjoy this video, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you soon. Bye.